Okay, I'm going to talk about the difference between affect and effect. Now, affect is 99% of the time a verb, and effect is 99% of the time a noun. Now, there are exceptions, and I will talk about them either at the end of this or maybe in the next one, but let's just talk about affect as a verb and effect as a noun. So, I have this sentence that I actually just pulled out of something Mrs. Woodard gave us. It's the most common side effect or effect of antibiotics affect or effect the digestive system. Okay, so I said that effect is a noun. So how about we diagram this? Okay. Now we know this is an article. I'm just going to get rid of that because that's not. Now the most common side, that is going to be blank. Side, so what part of speech is that? I'll tell you in a second. Of antibiotics, now we know of is a preposition, so I'm just going to get rid of that. And then we have the digestive system, which is just an article, an adjective, and a noun. Okay, so this is going to be our verb right here, and this is going to be our noun. So the most common side, these are adjectives. Okay, side effect. Okay, side effects, that's a noun. So that would go here. Affect, okay, it's showing action. So you can remember affect because like as an action word because it starts with an A, okay? Affect is an action word. So this is going to be affect. Okay. And that's kind of the basics of how you figure out. I'll give another sentence and see if we can figure this out. Okay, I'm actually just looking at the Morrison's book. I'm just going to choose one. Okay, the drugs' effects or affects were obvious. Okay, so I'm just going to write that really quick here. The drugs' effects or effects were obvious. Okay, I'm trying to hold this and write at the same time. So, well, we talked about adjectives in another video. Anything with an apostrophe in it is going to describe a noun. So, let's diagram this really fast. Okay, I'm just going to forget, we're not going to do every single word. But we know that were is a verb, so we're going to put were here. Well, what is this sentence about? Well, it's about effect or effect, the drugs effect or effect. It's about effects because effect is a noun. The drugs effects. So it's going to be E-F-F-E-C-T as the noun. Okay. So you have to kind of look at the words around them. If something's describing it, it's going to be effect, the effect, the drugs effect. There's another indication that that's going to be the E effect. Just get rid of the adjective. If there's a the somewhere or an, not because you don't say effect, but an effect, an effect, an effect, an effect. So that's how you remember the nouns. We'll work on, let's do one that, let me see if I can find one that has to do with affect. So I'm going to erase all these. And, the loss of her notes affected or effected her. Okay, well, let's eliminate anything we can. All right, what is this sentence about? It's about loss. Okay, that's because this is a prepositional phrase. I'm getting rid of that prepositional phrase. The loss of affected or effected her. Okay, so it's going to be affected because you need it as a verb. So if I were to diagram this, loss would go down here. I'm running out of ink. And it would be affected. Okay. So that's one way you can figure out. If you can figure out what the sentence is about, get rid of the prepositions. Figure out if what the affect or effect, if now effect can also be in the other end of the sentence, like as an object. Let me see if I can find what I mean, because we did one where it was where effect was the subject noun, but sometimes it's an object noun, meaning it's in the predicate or the other side of the sentence, not in the subject sentence. And it would follow the verb. Maybe we already did one. I can't remember. Okay, so let me see if I can find a short one. Let's see. I will. Okay. I will. Sorry. Live with the effects of my decision. Okay. Okay, who or what is the sentence about? It is about I. That is going to be my subject. What is the verb? It's will live. Okay, we've got a helping verb here. It's helping out. Okay, and then you have with the effect. So this is in a prepositional phrase right there. See, there's the with. So we know that in a prepositional phrase, it has to have a noun. So it's going to be effects. Okay. I hope that makes sense. If you watch the other videos and kind of understand where I'm coming from, look for prepositional phrases. Look for the or or not an. And that generally 99% of the time is going to be how you find the difference between affect and effect. Everything else, affect is going to be a verb. So if you could learn to figure out which word is the verb, okay, and it can have will affect, so it can have helping verbs with it too. So you got to watch that. I will affect, or whatever. She will affect the outcome, because will affect is the verb phrase. So I hope that helps. I will do another where there's the exceptions, because there are exceptions to this where it's the other way around.